The gospel today finds Jesus in conflict with others about his methods of casting out demons. Someone conjectures that it's by the finger of Beelzebul. Of course, Jesus responds very sharply to that accusation and then goes on to talk about how it works with demons being cast out. And in the course of his words, he articulates a very interesting insight that when a demon is cast out, it goes in search of a new home. And when it finds no new home, it comes back to the place it had left and brings other spirits along with it so that the state of the person is worse than it was before. I used to think that was a rather strange statement, but I can say from experience that it really does seem to be the case. I think when we make some progress in our lives, maybe through a Lenten journey to embrace a new discipline or free ourselves from a bad habit through prayer and sacrifice, uh, if we let it sneak back in, if we let that bad habit return, or if we lose the good practice of virtue that we had gained, sometimes it really is worse. Sometimes it feels like life is worse after than it was before. It's funny how it works, but it just gives another angle of Jesus' wisdom and insight into the human condition. And what I hear in it today is just an invitation to embrace and accept the freedom that God gives us, to recognize it as a gift, to savor it, and really to ritualize it in some way. When God brings some kind of liberation into our lives, we can't just take it for granted, that we ought to recognize the source of that liberation and the power that it has in our lives. If we take it for granted, like it is so easy to do other gifts of God, we may end up drifting further from the center and find ourselves in an even worse place. So it is a good practice today to ponder how God has set us free and to savor, to celebrate, and to accept that gift in all its goodness.